Hi, in this video we're going to look at different past tenses using a classic story as a reference. Before we do that, please match the following words with their corresponding definitions. So pause the video please and complete the activity before we move on. Go ahead. Alright, I hope that you did pause the video and let's see their definitions. Merciful, that's the easiest one, is full of mercy and kindness. Reign is the period during which a sovereign occupies the throne. Resemblance is a likeness or appearance of something or someone. Striking means attractive or impressive. Now, please read the following summary of a classic story. It's The Prince and the Pauper. You must know the story. Let's read it together. Tom Canty was a poor boy who lived in London during the reign of Henry VIII. The life that he had had up to that moment changed dramatically one day while he was walking near the palace and crossed paths with Prince Edward. Thanks to their striking physical resemblance, both were able to exchange their identities and started living each other's lives. Until they managed to return to their original identity, the two boys went through countless adventures. Now, the boys had learned priceless lessons. Tom understood the possibilities of being a prince, and Edward learned to reign mercifully because now he really knew what the needs of his people were. Now, I am going to show you some examples from sentences that have been used in this story, and your challenge is to understand why that verb tense was used there. All right? All you have to do is remember what you have learned about the past simple, past perfect, past continuous, and that's what you need to understand why they use those tenses, because you need to be prepared to use them yourself. All right? Your first challenge is this. The two boys went through countless adventures. Why is the past simple used there? Why? Because in the story, we know when that happened in the past. The story said, until they managed to return to their original identity, until that specific moment, the two boys went through countless adventures. So those are actions that started and ended in the past, and we know when they occurred. So that's why we use the past simple. All right? Now, why are we using this particular verb tense in this sentence? He was walking near the palace and crossed paths with Prince Edward. He was walking. Why? Why do you use the past continuous? Why? Because that is an action that lasted for some time in the past. He was walking. It's not something that happens in an instant, but takes some time. So that's why we use was walking and we don't say walked. Yes. So we're saying he was walking near the palace during some time. All right? And the last example that you need to understand is this. The life he had had up to that moment changed dramatically one day. Why had? Think about it. We use the past perfect to refer to an action that took place in the past before some time in the past. The life that he had had up to that moment changed dramatically when he met Prince Edward and he changed or he switched his life with the princess. All right? That is the most important lesson that you need to learn from this activity. But I have some extra practice activity for you with this text. This is your activity. Arrange the following statements in the most logical order. So all these things happened in the past, but let's see when they occurred. All right? So pause the video complete the activity. Here's the list of statements, and you have to order them chronologically. All right? Pause the video, complete the activity, please. All right, I hope that you did complete the activity, and here's the answer. What happens first? Yes, Tom was walking near the palace. Next, Tom and the prince crossed paths. Next, Tom and the prince started talking. Next, they realized they looked very alike. Next, the two boys switched lives. And finally, both understood each other's reality. All right. Thank you very much for completing this activity. Now, I am going to pause my video so that you can listen to the pronunciation of these statements. As you listen to them, please pronounce them. Go ahead, I'm pausing my video right now. Listen.
Tom was walking near the palace. Tom and the prince crossed paths. Tom and the prince started talking. They realized they looked very alike. The two boys switched lives. Both understood each other's reality.
All right, that's very good. So please continue to think about the past tenses, the different past tenses that we have to express actions that occurred in the past, so that you understand which you use for each particular situation. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.